Well, good morning to a new edition of PWN Live Talks. We are just coming back from Strasbourg and I decided to have a special edition, and I'm very pleased to have as guests today two of my dearest colleagues. And I have here Virginia Oțel, which is the co-president of PWN Global, and Ileana Botez, president of PWN Romania. Welcome, ladies, and welcome back to Romania.
Thank you, Ileana and Alina, for your gracious invitation today. I'm extremely pleased to be here with you and with our colleagues from PWN community.
Yes, I wanted to invite you here, also Ileana, and I welcome Ileana as well. Good morning, Ileana.
Good morning, Alina. Good morning, Virginia. So nice to see you again. Just a few days took, and we already met on this channel. So happy to see you again.
Our encounter today it's to talk about and to honor, why not, the just ended PWN Global Summit. It is the first summit live, physically live, right, Virginia? And I think it's a great honor to have been there as a Romanian delegation. But first, we want to talk about the first physical live summit of PWN Global. How come you decided to do this summit this year, and why in Strasbourg?
Well, the story started actually several years ago when I met with a group of ladies from PWN Paris that visited our association in Bucharest. That was back in 2018. And we planned to do something big for PWN Global, but and for the city networks, of course. Unfortunately, our plans had to be postponed because of the pandemic time. We organized in the pandemic time a virtual summit, a PWN Global virtual summit, but we said, okay, now it's time to do also a summit in person. And we have chosen European Parliament in Strasbourg to have our summit because we wanted to have a great event in a significant location because also, if I may add, we thought it was very much related to the theme of the summit. And if I may continue, the theme of the summit was about peace, health, and wealth. And one may ask why those three topics to be.
It was my question, but thank you. You make my life easier. So why this theme?
Well, we actually, with the colleagues, city network presidents, we have made a survey and asked them, out of several topics, which would be the top three priorities that they would be interested in. And we guess that they also advised with the local boards of the city networks, with their members. And afterwards, we concluded that those were the three top topics. So we focused on those areas.
How many city networks, how many people were there in Robert Schuman Hall, right? Because there was the encounter.
Yes.
I mean, the plenary, because you also had some separate discussions and workshops, and we will come back to that. But tell us about the numbers of the summit, because it is important after such an event to do a briefing, you know, how many people.
We had around 300 participants, and they came from all over Europe. PWN Global, if I may also say a little bit about PWN Global, because maybe your audience would include also other people except for the members of PWN community.
Yes, and hopefully it will be.
It's a global federation,
Yes.
which includes 25 city networks, local chapters. Most of them are located in Europe. We have also Brazil covered with PWN Sao Paulo, and
That's a new city network, Virginia.
No, it's not new.
No?
It has been for a longer period of time.
Good for
and
them.
Also, we have a new city network in Luanda, Angola, and also another one in Lagos, Nigeria. So we would like to expand globally even more. In South America, in the North American continent, in Asia, in Africa, and further build our international presence. PWN is a non-for-profit organization based on volunteering. So we are all volunteers, even if we have various professions, or we have managerial or executive positions in corporations, or we are entrepreneurs. For PWN, we are all volunteers, and we have more than 3,200 premium members in all our city networks. But what it is really encouraging is that we have an extended community of over 25,000 people covering 90 countries. And this is, for us, an interesting statistics. So our voice, our newsletters, our event mailers, all our novelties get to such a big audience. Now, let me come back a little bit to the summit.
Please.
And once again, we had the great privilege to have the summit within the premises of the European Parliament. And if I may express here our gratitude to President Roberta Metsola for allowing us to have our summit hosted by the European Parliament in Strasbourg, and also to the European Parliament Deputy Fabienne Keller, who was also of great assistance. And as you mentioned, the summit took place in the Schuman Conference Hall, one of the founding fathers of today's European Union.
We didn't say what date it was actually.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for your question. It was the 8th of March, 2024, International Women's Day. And we were so happy and enthusiastic to organize the summit in such a significant day at the headquarters of the European Parliament, because we wanted to celebrate the International Women's Day all together. We wanted to meet also physically. And we have had members from all city networks. And I'm so proud that the Romanian delegation of consisting of the board members led by Ileana and also other participants joined us in Strasbourg for the summit.
I know, Virginia, that not only members or board members from city networks attended, but also non-members were present there, right?
Yes, indeed. And probably, according to our statistics, 40% of the participants were not non-members. So that was very encouraging for us. Because we felt that the conference the summit was of interest also for other women and men. We also had our partners, life partners, men, that joined us. And yeah, it was quite interesting. And we were thrilled to have also non-members. The idea of the summit was to meet first, to network, you know, because we have our local city network events now where people can meet. But at the global level, we want to organize such events in order for members from various city networks to meet in person, to exchange ideas, experiences. It's about share, connect, and learn what we try to do either locally or at global level.
You mentioned Romanian delegation, so I will switch a bit to Ileana and ask her a bit about the Romanian delegation. How was it for the Romanian delegation? How many of us were there, if we know the number, or how many of us should have been there, because it's even greater, and the first impression, and then we go back a bit to the topic and we will discuss about the topic of the summit. Ileana?
Thank you, Alina. First of all, I would like to congratulate and a lot of applauses for Virginia and for the whole team of the Global Council, because it was an amazing event. It was a wonderful opportunity to be there, to to feel the temple of democracy, as I may call it, the European Parliament, where the most important decisions are taken. And we, as Romanian and also as member of our global community, we're very proud to be there. So wonderful that we celebrated the International Women's Day on such wonderful premises, and it was amazing. And I think it was a unique experience and opportunity. So the voice of the global community and also of the Romanian delegation is very important. We saw many inspirational women there. We listened to different stories about successful or other type of, let's say, emotional, inspirational stories. So our delegation, Alina, was because I counted a little bit earlier, were around 15 persons. We waited for around 20 persons, but that to different, let's say, impediments, we are just 15, but we were probably one of the largest delegation from the global community. I mean, besides the board members, we had also non-members and also members from the community, and also a partner. Our strategic partner was also there, and the two ladies, Andrea and Daniela, they had the privilege to give their speeches from within all the Schumann Hall that we were there. So we are very proud, and I think our delegation was quite motivated, and I think the visibility of our community is even higher now. The topics of the summit were very important, and I remember last year that I chosen those top three topics to be discussed within the summit. So wonderful opportunity, excellent impact, and I'm not only referring to the summit and the summit that was impactful, and we saw during that days and also these days after the summit a lot of let's say messages coming from a lot of people that were within that hall, and they all sent their messages, which are very, very important in my opinion. So again, congratulations, Virginia and the whole team. You did a very, very good job, and we are looking forward to the second summit.
Thank you so much. I will share your thoughts and your greetings to Nadine Castellani, our co-president at global level, also to the summit team, to Corinne Albert, Caroline de Gesel, and Sabine Zilberas. It was quite a huge amount of work behind it, but altogether we succeeded to transform a dream into a reality. And we have been so privileged and honored to also have distinguished guest speakers for our summit.
Please tell us about the topics. First, talking about the speakers, I would like to enter a bit more in the topics. Okay, they have been chosen because it was brainstorming with probably last year with all the presidents of the city networks, and you chosen these three themes. But I am sure that they are more than because they were chosen. They are impactful in the city networks and in the global idea of women leadership, right? Tell us about the topics, because they are powerful topics individually and all together.
Let me start with the way we organized the summit. So we wanted to have the plenary sessions that should cover the three main themes that we have all together chosen as top priorities to be covered. And then we wanted people, participants, to interact and network among themselves. And we also organized working sessions. If we were 300 participants in all for the plenary sessions, the working sessions were composed of 50 to 60 people. And with this kind of organization between plenary sessions and working sessions, that was the aim, to allow everybody to have access to the main topics, but also to network and exchange opinions about the topics of the summit among themselves. So let me start with the first plenary session.
Please.
It was about peace. And we had Fabienne Keller, the member of the European Parliament, that joined us, and it was great. It was great to have her with us. Then we had also we had a short message from Natalie Ross. Natalie Ross, that also was extremely helpful in putting together the summit, because she was top executive, originally from Strasbourg, and I would like to take this opportunity to thank Natalie Ross as well. But moving forward and talking about the peace, women and peace plenary session,
exactly,
we had Mircea Joanna, the Deputy Secretary General of NATO, as keynote speaker, and it was very interesting to hear many things that they are doing at NATO regarding gender-focused perspectives in military, security and defense. I wouldn't have expected personally. So we learned a lot about that. And actually, peace is the foundation of our lives. If we don't have peace, then it's very difficult. And having in mind the current international environment, we need to talk about this matter, because on one hand, women are often affected by conflicts, armed conflicts and wars, on one hand. And also, on the other hand, women are at the forefront of peace building efforts, and they should be better represented at the table of peace and security decision-making process. And if you think that our mission, PWN Global and Local City Networks mission, is to accelerate gender balanced leadership in businesses and in society in general, then such gender inclusive and balanced perspective that NATO has was more than welcomed. We also had the pleasure to have Nicole Gnesoto, Vice President of Jacques Delors Institute, who also had a remarkable intervention on this topic. Dr. Clara Jesus, Ambassador for Peace of UNESCO, and Professor Yves Bertoncini, who is an European and EU affairs expert. So we had perspectives from the academic world, also from research institutes, and from international organizations. That was the first plenary session that we had on women and peace, very briefly.
And now getting back to Ileana, you told us about the organizational part or the part of you, but now from the participant way of seeing everything in this plenary session, what lessons or what key messages did you receive, Ileana, in this first part of the summit?
First of all, I would like to say that I saw, in fact, looking in the hall and looking at the majority of the ladies that were there, and also men, of course, I saw and I felt synergies. So it was very, very nice to see that. I also looked into some of their eyes, and I saw so much positivity, and optimism for being there, for sharing with the members of the community so many wonderful things. So this is the power, I think, of our community, and I think it is feel it like that. So the messages, in my opinion, were quite positive. Of course, we have to understand and to do the necessary steps in order to be better, to fight for our rights, because as I mentioned, there in the European Parliament, the most important decisions which are affecting us, of course, they are taken there. So for that reason, it was very important to be there, to be seen, to have those kind of messages coming also from the speakers on those three important topics that Virginia already mentioned. So our messages coming from our delegations, there was that of course peace is very important, and we want women to be there and to take part in the decision in order that the peace should stay here and to be there all the time. So the role of the women is very, very important. Coming next to the second topic, which is health. Health, we know the women are very, very affected by the causes of some diseases, and the cardiovascular disease was presented, and which in fact is affecting now around Europe and the globe, very important due to the fact that the women are quite stressed because they have to face a lot of activities. And so that's why cardiovascular probably is the most important disease, not when they are, let's say, they are not so aged, but coming with the age and coming with all the stress that we have to face during our age. So it's very important. And of course, not the least, not the last but not the least, the wealth is also very, very important from our side. So as you can see from our photos and also from the PWN Global photos, there were so much vitaminized, let's say, pictures, and the ladies look very, very nice. and they were eager to find out and also to find synergies. And Virginia, as Virginia mentioned, it's the time for the networking. So it was very, very important. And we had this occasion. And the working group that we had, it was also the opportunity to meet each other, to know each other with the person that were in that room, and especially to talk more minutes with the ladies or men that were beside or to the left or to the right of our side. So very, very nice moment. And as I said, I am looking forward to the next round.
Yeah.
Virginia,
If I can come back to the other two plenary
exactly.
sessions, actually 3 plenary sessions that followed after Women and Peace. The second one, as Ileana mentioned, was about women and health. And here we had Professor Claire Mounier-Vehier, who is together with Thierry Drillon. They are co-presidents of Women's Cardiovascular Healthcare Foundation. We also had Dr. Michel Vix, co-founder of the Institute for Research in Digestive Cancer Surgery, IRCAD, from Strasbourg. Professor Almudena Canibano from ESCP Business School, covering also work-life balance. And Florence Lecoutre, who is in the management board of Allianz Trade. Demet Russ, VP Finance at Johnson & Johnson, and 3 other inspiring ladies. Alexia Michels, founder at the Resilience Institute, and Clara de Beliac, again founder at Nourishi Consulting, and Marjolien van der Kroek, Be Your Own Best Friend Forever. So they also had brief but very inspiring, hopefully, as we saw from the feedback of participants' interventions. And afterwards, talking about women and wealth, we had two plenary sessions, and we were privileged, and we are so grateful to have with us two by video messages, but the fact that they took the time and they accepted to join as keynote speakers our summit was for us extremely honoring. Madame Lagarde, the president of the European Central Bank, was keynote speaker for Women and Wealth. And she had an inspiring intervention, talking, encouraging women to actually take risk and think big, and also think on long run. It was very encouraging to hear such advices from women in such top leadership positions within the European institutions. And then we also had the newly appointed president of the European Investment Bank, and Nadia Calvino. Again, she talked about women leadership and also women economic empowerment very briefly. But I would invite all our listeners to watch their interventions fully on the LinkedIn page of PWN Global, where we already loaded their video messages, because there is a lot of things to learn from their speeches.
So there was a mix between hands-on and very spot-on examples, but also inspiring life stories, mostly in the health part of the plenary. So it was a combination. You mentioned that the wealth had two parts of the plenary session. Can you tell us, like, briefly, because we will be very shortly coming to the end of our intervention, and I want to put everything in the perfect light. So tell us about the second plenary with the topic of wealth.
Well, let me come back to both of them, if I'm allowed,
Please.
because it was a great pleasure to also have two Romanian ladies who were with us in the panels, in the plenary sessions. And I would like to mention about Dana Demetrian, who was in the first plenary session talking about leadership. And we were all very proud to hear Dana Demetrian, the executive vice president for retail and private banking of the Romanian Commercial Bank. And also in the second session, we had Andreea Voinea, the chief HR officer of the same bank, and she covered topics related to pay gap and transparency directive, equal pay directive, issued by the European Commission. Both had very relevant interventions, and I think that both Ileana and I were very proud to see, top executive women from Romania, sitting on the stage of the European Parliament and sharing from their experience and their expert opinions about the leadership and transparency pay. However, I would also like to point out the cooperation with another organization of women in banking and finance, Financiel, from France, and they also joined us for the summit and talked about advancing women in this sector in executive and board members positions. This is also very, very important for us as an organization. But I would like to invite Ileana to share her thoughts from the audience perspective.
Exactly, from the audience, mostly on the second part about the wealth, because it's some kind of a continuity for us, like with the last event that we had. So in Romania, I want to tell us. Sorry, it's morning, so I'm very. I didn't have my coffee. Tell us about this particularly situation about wealth or the gap of payment, because it's something that in Romania we are very focused on, and also our programs in PWN Romania are very focused on this part of advancing women in leadership to create this gender balanced leadership that the PWN Global has as a mission. We are very focused on this part as well, because it's something where I think, and you will tell us about it, it's a point where we can make a difference.
So yes, Romania is a positive case, if I may say so, in with regards to the gender pay gap. In fact, we have been in the last years, according to the statistics, on the top 5 countries around the world, and I think in Europe it's more top 2 probably. The gender pay gap is between 3 to 3.5 between the wages of women and men. So from this perspective, we are very happy. And of course, within our community at PWN Romania, we are organizing, as our programs dedicated to the women on board, because we want to be more women involved and to be on the top management and in board of directors to be there present. That's why we are building our pipeline for the future ladies that are not already within the board or are maybe at the council boards, the advisory boards they are called, in order to take part to the most important decisions. So, in terms of gender pay gap, yes, Romania is better than other countries. We heard about that coming from Andreea Voina from Romanian Commercial Bank, because she emphasized that, and Romania is proud to be there. Now, coming back to let's say to the link between, because I wanted to say about the link between what I felt regarding the talks that the themes of the summit. When I'm thinking of peace, I'm thinking of humanity, and the women are very keen on this aspect. So the humanity is there for us, and we want to also to emphasize that wherever we would go, and we want, so our community is very important for this from this perspective. Coming to health, we are looking also to the empathy. So empathy and supporting each other is also another important aspect to be taken care of. And the wealth, that means the gender pay gap, as we already mentioned. So these three aspects, as it was developed within the summit, are very important for us. So uh, I'm very happy that those topics were chosen, and they were very very presented, and we heard different perspectives coming from different ladies and men from different countries, not only from the let's say from the Western European Union, but also from the eastern part, because we have within our global community not only the, let's say, the Paris that around 30 years ago created the future global community, but also other important countries like Romania or Turkey, which are quite very involved. And Virginia knows very well that two ladies, in fact, coming from that country are in the council board, and also our colleague Mihaela and Virginia, of course, they are in the council. So we are very proud to have them there.
Thank you, Ileana, and we are proud of you as well,
Yes,
of the board of PWN Romania and of the entire community. And talking about women on boards, allow me to also mention that actually Florian de Saint-Pierre, the CEO Ethic and Boards, participated to the last plenary session and delivered an overall view of the current situation in Europe about women's participation in the boards of directors. And here in Romania, our colleagues continue the tradition of empowering women, and there are excellent programs, Women on Boards Academy, with valuable trainings regarding governance, and also a mentoring program for women on board. So once again, congratulations to Ileana, Violeta, who have put so much effort and dedication and enthusiasm. And I'm also very fond of women on board as predecessor in this area in our community here in Romania. The last that I would like to mention was that our networking and celebration continued
thank
at
you.
the City Hall of Strasbourg. I know we have only a few
No, but
seconds
that was
left.
my actually next question, to end up the evening, because we had the morning all day and then the evening in Strasbourg. And it was nice to mention it, not only because of the networking that we continued, but because it was in a very special place as well. So please tell us briefly about the place and the special guest that we had.
Yes. Again, we were privileged to have the opening openness and the partnership of the City Hall of Strasbourg, and we organized the cocktail reception after the end of the summit over there, and the mayor of Strasbourg honored us and joined our gathering, and she shared with us her thoughts on gender equality and women empowerment. So it was a great ending in a beautiful location in the heart of the old city of Strasbourg. So yeah, we enjoyed very much, and
we did. Ladies, we are actually really at the end. So as a final word, like an overall image about the summit, Ileana, from your perspective as a participant, yours meaning the PWN Romania delegation perspective, what would you like to share with us, like the final word of this encounter of ours?
Wonderful day, wonderful ladies, excellent speeches, unique premises. So everything is top. So again, congratulations, because it was a very tough job to do, to organize there, to share and to make possible that so many people to be there. It was, I believe it was a work of probably half a year to have this kind of event. So everything was wonderful. And I am proud that you, Virginia, as the former president of PWN Romania, you succeeded to organize the first summit together with your colleagues, of course, the first summit of our global community. And I think this is a wonderful opportunity, and we had a wonderful opportunity as a delegation to strengthen the future alliances with the most important city networks like Lisbon, like Paris, like Milan, Madrid, because we want to learn from them, and also to support other city networks that want to learn from us. So this is the most important perspective that we came back from Strasbourg, such a wonderful city and such an historical site for Europe. So this is what we came with from Strasbourg.
Indeed,
I would like to thank all the City Network presidents for their participation and support, to all our members that join us, non-members, to all the distinguished speakers and valuable partners, because only all of us together we can achieve big dreams. And also to my colleagues, all the global board members, and to the summit team, to Corinne, to Caroline, and to Sabine, because without them it would have been, it's teamwork. You cannot do everything by yourself. If you don't have a good team, it's difficult. And to our vibrant community, PWN vibrant, enthusiastic community, and you can see behind the photo that we took in the hemicycle of the European Parliament with all participants. And
yeah, we have it here in the background.
Yes.
And that's the entrance. Ileana has the background.
Such an exciting moment to have all of these women and men, fewer is true than women, but it was great to be in the hemicycle of the European Parliament, all of us together. So growing stronger together. This is the slogan of PWN Global, and we try to get there every day. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ileana. Thank you to the board of PWN Romania and to all our colleagues. Thank you, Alina, for putting together this program today. And our big and warm wishes for you to be successful and great. You are one of the best city networks in our extended PWN community. So congratulations, well done.
Thank you, Virginia. We are proud of you. We are proud as well as of our community.
I'm proud of you as well.
I know you are, because we are on the second place as number of members, and we did a great job increasing not only the number of members but also the quality. So I'm also very proud of having you here together with Ileana, two of my preferred ladies, because I've learned so many things about you, and I'm also very proud of being the only city network that actually does this kind of interviews. So again, I've learned from the best. Again, thank you very much for being here with me in this day. I wish you, I think, an easy week, because you already had half of a year very hard. So maybe it's time to relax a bit until you start planning the other one. So once again, Virginia Oțel, co-president of PWN Global, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you for the invitation. And don't forget to follow us on the social media channels of PWN Global to learn more about the summit, because we will continue to share with everybody what we have learned in the summit.
Thank you, Virginia. And thank you again, Ileana Botez, President of PWN Romania. It was a pleasure having you here together with Virginia. Hope you enjoy
Virginia. Thank you, Alina. Thank you. Wonderful opportunity to see you again and to hear and to promote what we had last week. And we are looking forward for the future, the bright future. And we can support each other. Of course, this is the most important part for the community to grow together, as Virginia mentioned.
Women solidarity is important.
Exactly.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ladies, and to all the audience that is watching us now and in the near future, because it will remain on PWN Romania social media pages. And not only, because I'm sure that the team of social media from PWN Global will share it. So I would like to welcome to see this interview to all our community in PWN Global and City Networks. So I take this opportunity to thank all the 25,000 you said, right, that may watch us in the future. See you in 2 weeks with another amazing topic. Until then, have a great week and a very prosperous day ahead of us. Thank you.
Have a nice day, ladies and gentlemen.
Have a nice day, you too.